What if I told you there's something about masturbation that most people don't know, something that might make you rethink everything? In the next few minutes, I'm revealing surprising facts that could change your habits forever. Whether you do it daily or just sometimes, this video will open your eyes. So stick around, because what you're about to learn might shock you. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and smash the like if you want more eye-opening content. Don't forget to share this with friends. Lesson 1: The silent energy drain. Have you ever felt tired for no reason, worn out even after a full night's sleep? Maybe your motivation just isn't what it used to be. You wake up groggy, struggle to get going, and by afternoon, you're already drained. While there can be many causes of fatigue, there's one silent factor that few seniors consider: excessive masturbation. Now let's be clear. Masturbation is a natural part of life. It's not inherently bad or dangerous. But when it becomes a frequent habit, especially in older adults, it can affect your energy levels more than you realize. How? The answer lies in your body's chemistry. Every time you masturbate, your brain experiences a surge in feel-good chemicals like dopamine. It feels great in the moment. But what goes up must come down. After that quick high, your brain often dips into a low. That dip can bring fatigue, brain fog, and even irritability. It's a pattern of stimulation followed by depletion. For younger people, the body often rebounds quickly. But for seniors, who already face age-related hormone shifts, the drop can be more noticeable. Testosterone, a hormone tied to strength, mood, and energy, naturally declines with age. Excessive release through frequent masturbation can lower levels even further. This means that over time, instead of recharging your batteries, you may be draining them. Many seniors don't even realize this connection. They just assume it's aging, or that something else is to blame. But if you're feeling unusually tired and unmotivated, consider this question honestly: has masturbation become a regular habit rather than an occasional choice? Here's the good news. When seniors cut back, even slightly, many report a noticeable boost in energy. They sleep better. Their mood lifts. They feel stronger and more alert. It's not magic, it's biology. Your body gets time to recover, recharge, and rebalance. Dopamine levels stabilize. Testosterone has a chance to rebuild. And suddenly, that mid-afternoon crash doesn't hit so hard. It's not about stopping completely. It's about finding a healthy rhythm that supports your energy, not drains it. You might be surprised how just a small change can make your mornings brighter, your afternoons more productive, and your evenings more peaceful. Think of it like watering a plant. A little at the right time helps it thrive. But too much, too often, can actually drown it. Your body and mind are the same way. They need space, balance, and care. So if you've been struggling with low energy or burnout, try this experiment. Go a few days or even a week without masturbating. Observe how you feel. Keep a little journal. You might discover a pattern you never noticed before. And if it helps, that's knowledge you can use to shape a healthier, more energized lifestyle. Remember, this isn't about shame or judgment. It's about power. The power to understand your body better, to take control of your habits, and to make choices that help you feel your best. You deserve to wake up each day feeling refreshed and full of life. And sometimes, the answer lies not in a pill or supplement, but in a simple shift in how you treat your body. The more you understand your energy, the more you can protect it, and the better you'll feel in every part of life. Lesson 2: Masturbation and Memory. Have you noticed moments of forgetfulness lately? Misplacing your keys, struggling to remember names, or walking into a room and forgetting why you went in. Memory slips are common as we age, but there may be one surprising habit contributing to this issue that few people talk about: frequent masturbation. Yes, really, most people think of masturbation in physical terms. But what many don't realize is how it affects the brain. Every time we engage in this activity, our brain is flooded with powerful chemicals, especially dopamine, the neurotransmitter responsible for feelings of pleasure and reward. That flood is followed by a rapid drop, which can cause brain fog, lower focus, and reduced mental sharpness. Dopamine is also involved in motivation, attention, and memory. When dopamine is constantly being pushed up and then crashing down, it creates an unstable environment in the brain. For younger people, this can be disruptive. For seniors, whose brains are already working harder to maintain memory and focus, this cycle can be especially harmful. Over time, frequent masturbation can lead to desensitization, meaning your brain needs more stimulation to feel the same level of pleasure or satisfaction. This can dull the excitement you once felt for everyday activities like gardening, reading, or spending time with family. You may find yourself feeling less interested in things that used to bring joy. And your ability to concentrate for long periods may suffer. Many seniors report that when they reduce or pause their masturbation habits, they start to notice mental clarity returning. They describe sharper thinking, improved memory recall, and more consistent focus. It's as if their minds feel cleaner, more awake, and more balanced. There's also an emotional side to this. When mental fog lifts, confidence often returns. You feel more in control of your day, more able to follow conversations, and more capable of tackling new challenges. That sense of self-assurance is a huge part of enjoying your senior years. Let's also talk about screen time, because it's often connected to modern masturbation habits. Many older adults have grown more comfortable using phones or computers, and some use these devices for adult content. But scrolling through explicit material before or during masturbation floods the brain with unnatural amounts of stimulation. This can overwhelm the brain's natural reward system, making it harder to enjoy real-life interactions and activities. That constant bombardment may also wear down your short-term memory and reduce your attention span. Now, let's be clear, occasional masturbation is not harmful in itself. But when it becomes a daily or near-daily routine, especially when paired with online stimulation, it may be silently affecting your brain's ability to function at its best. The solution is simple: awareness and balance. If you suspect that your memory or thinking skills have declined, try adjusting your personal habits for a few weeks. Keep track of how your mind feels. You may be amazed by how quickly things start to clear up. You have the power to change. You don't need pills or complicated programs. Sometimes, your brain just needs a break from overstimulation so it can reset, heal, and return to a more stable, alert state. As you get older, mental clarity becomes one of your most valuable resources. Protect it. Respect it. And if one small change in your daily routine can sharpen your mind and lift the fog, why not give it a try? You deserve a brain that's bright, sharp, and full of life. And sometimes, protecting your mind starts with understanding what could be quietly clouding it. Lesson 3: The hidden cost of pleasure. Intimacy changes as we age. For some seniors, it deepens into something more emotional, spiritual, and meaningful. For others, it fades or becomes more difficult due to physical or emotional challenges. But there's one personal habit that often goes unnoticed when discussing intimacy: frequent masturbation. It may seem harmless, even helpful, especially when physical closeness with a partner is limited. But in reality, it can quietly chip away at emotional bonds and relational warmth. Here's how: masturbation provides instant gratification. It requires no conversation, no emotional vulnerability, no compromise. It offers satisfaction on your terms, at your pace. While that can feel empowering at first, over time it can create emotional distance. You may begin to feel less motivated to connect with your partner, or even feel awkward about initiating closeness. Why go through the emotional effort when a few private minutes bring fast relief? This mindset isn't intentional, but it's powerful. As the habit strengthens, many people, especially older adults, start substituting emotional intimacy with physical release. You might not even notice it happening until you realize that weeks or months have passed without meaningful connection with your spouse or loved one. It's not just physical intimacy that's affected. Emotional closeness suffers too. Relationships thrive on shared vulnerability, those quiet moments of trust, affection, and understanding. But when masturbation becomes a regular outlet for stress, boredom, or loneliness, it can become a wall that keeps others out. For seniors in long-term relationships, this can be particularly painful. Partners may feel rejected, unwanted, or confused. They might not understand why intimacy has faded or why conversations feel more surface level. The truth is, it might not be about them at all, it might be about how private habits are reshaping your emotional patterns. This doesn't mean masturbation is wrong or harmful in every case. It can be a healthy expression of self-love when used sparingly. But like many habits, its impact depends on how often and why it's being used. If it becomes a regular escape from communication or physical closeness, that's when it can start to damage your relationship. There's another layer to consider: emotional fulfillment. Masturbation may satisfy a physical urge, but it doesn't fill the need for human connection. That deep feeling of being seen, heard, and valued only comes from meaningful interaction. Many seniors find that when they cut back on solo pleasure and invest more energy into their relationship, the spark reignites. They talk more, laugh more, touch more. Even simple things like holding hands or cuddling feel more satisfying. And for those who are single, reducing masturbation can often increase your openness to meeting new people. Instead of settling into isolation, your mind and heart become more attuned to companionship. Many seniors rediscover the joy of dating or forming deep friendships simply by changing this one personal habit. So what's the takeaway here? Masturbation, when frequent and automatic, can become a replacement for intimacy rather than a complement to it. If your relationships have started to feel distant or less fulfilling, it may be worth examining how often you turn inward instead of reaching out. Start small. Reduce the frequency. Be mindful of the moments you feel the urge. Are you truly feeling desire? Or are you avoiding boredom, stress, or emotional vulnerability? Replace some of those moments with a conversation, a walk, a shared meal, or simply a heartfelt touch. You deserve intimacy that nourishes your soul, not just a quick release. And whether you're in a relationship or not, you have the power to create connection by being fully present with yourself and with others. Real love, even in our later years, is possible. Sometimes all it takes is letting go of habits that hold us back from deeper, more meaningful closeness. Lesson 4: Muscle weakness and joint pain. As we age, maintaining muscle strength and joint flexibility becomes more important than ever. Weak legs, sore knees, or stiff hips can keep you from enjoying the simple joys of life: walking in the park, gardening, dancing, or even standing up with confidence. But what if one personal habit, practiced too often, is slowly contributing to the decline in your physical strength? That habit is frequent masturbation. Most people never consider the connection between masturbation and physical health beyond sexual wellness. But your body is a complex system. Every habit, no matter how private, affects your overall well-being, including your muscles and joints. Let's talk about hormones first. Testosterone is not just about libido, it's essential for maintaining muscle mass, bone density, and strength. As we grow older, testosterone naturally declines. But frequent ejaculation through masturbation can cause a temporary dip in testosterone levels, especially when it's habitual and unbalanced. Over time, this may weaken the body's ability to maintain strong, healthy muscle tissue. The result? You might start noticing that your legs feel less powerful. Climbing stairs becomes more difficult. You tire quickly after walking short distances. These changes might not be caused solely by age, they could be worsened by the frequent loss of valuable hormones through overindulgence. And then there's the issue of nutrient depletion. Regular ejaculation can deplete your body of zinc, magnesium, and other trace minerals that support muscle function and joint health. Zinc, for example, plays a role in tissue repair and testosterone production. If your body is constantly being drained of these essential nutrients, your ability to stay strong, recover from exertion, and fight inflammation decreases. Joint pain is another surprising consequence. It may not happen directly because of masturbation itself, but indirectly through the hormonal imbalances it can cause. Low testosterone is associated with increased inflammation and slower tissue healing. That's why people with lower levels may feel more soreness in their knees, hips, or back after mild activity, and it's not just the physical toll, there's a behavioral connection, too. People who develop a daily masturbation habit may become less active overall. Instead of stretching, walking, or doing light strength exercises, time is spent alone and sedentary. This leads to muscle atrophy, shrinking, joint stiffness, and reduced flexibility, especially for seniors, whose muscles and joints need regular movement to stay healthy. But here's the hopeful part: you can reverse many of these effects. Seniors who reduce their masturbation frequency often report feeling stronger, more energetic, and more mobile. Their testosterone levels stabilize, they retain more nutrients, and they naturally become more inclined to move, stretch, and engage with life. Muscles begin to respond better to exercise. Joints feel less inflamed. Even posture improves, because when energy is retained, the body becomes more upright and alert. This isn't about shame or guilt. It's about balance. Occasional self-pleasure can be part of a healthy life. But if you find it happening out of boredom, habit, or emotional escape, it might be doing more harm than you realize, especially to your physical strength and independence. Try this: go 1 week without masturbation. During that time, add some light leg exercises, stretching, and deep breathing. Then check in with how you feel. Are your legs steadier? Do your joints feel looser? Are you walking a little taller? Your body speaks in subtle ways. You just have to listen. At this stage of life, you deserve to feel strong and free, not limited by weakness or stiffness. And sometimes, regaining that strength means looking at your daily habits with fresh eyes. Lesson 5: Mood swings and anxiety. Have you ever felt calm one moment, then suddenly anxious or irritated the next, without any clear reason? Do you sometimes experience loneliness, sadness, or an emptiness you can't quite explain? While it's easy to blame these feelings on aging or life changes, there might be another factor quietly stirring up your emotions: frequent masturbation. You may be surprised, but this very personal habit doesn't just affect the body, it also deeply influences your emotional balance. Let's start with brain chemistry. Each time you masturbate, your brain releases a cocktail of feel-good chemicals like dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins. These chemicals create pleasure, relaxation, and a sense of satisfaction, temporarily. Afterward, the levels drop sharply, and for some people, that can trigger a kind of emotional crash. Seniors, whose brains are already more sensitive to shifts in neurotransmitters, may feel this drop more intensely. You might experience it as anxiety, restlessness, or irritability. Some describe it as a hollow feeling, like something is missing. Others feel guilt or emotional fatigue. These reactions are often brushed off as mood swings or just a bad day, but the real cause may be rooted in a habit that's happening too often, in isolation, and without emotional connection. Another key player is serotonin, the brain chemical linked to mood stability. After repeated dopamine highs from frequent masturbation, especially when paired with explicit content, your brain's balance of dopamine and serotonin can be disrupted. This imbalance is one of the hidden drivers behind mood instability, feelings of depression, or a constant sense of dissatisfaction. And here's something very important for seniors: emotional health affects physical health. When you're emotionally drained or agitated, it's harder to eat well, sleep deeply, or maintain social connections. This, in turn, can worsen health problems and increase feelings of isolation. It's a cycle that can quietly spiral downward if the root cause isn't addressed. Many older adults also report increased emotional numbness after prolonged periods of frequent self-pleasure. They say they feel detached from others, disinterested in hobbies, or unmotivated to make social plans. That's because their brain becomes conditioned to seek easy highs through solitary activity, rather than finding joy in human interaction, creativity, or nature. Here's the good news: you can reset your emotional system. When seniors reduce their masturbation frequency, especially when cutting back from daily or near-daily use, they often feel a surge in emotional stability. Anxiety diminishes. Moods become more predictable and manageable. Energy returns. They begin to feel more like themselves again. Even better, many rediscover the simple joys of daily life: a walk in the sun, a conversation with a friend, cooking a favorite meal. These pleasures may have been dulled by overstimulation but begin to shine again once the brain has a chance to rebalance. If you've been feeling emotionally unstable, moody, or disconnected lately, ask yourself, how often are you turning inward for comfort? Are you using masturbation to escape loneliness, boredom, or stress? These are very human reasons, but they may not be giving you the comfort your soul truly needs. Instead, try turning outward. Talk to someone. Write in a journal. Go for a walk. Put on music and move your body. Choose real-life actions that nourish both mind and heart. And give your emotional system time to settle. To heal and to find its own natural rhythm again, you deserve peace. You deserve joy. And sometimes, all it takes is changing one quiet habit to regain the emotional balance that helps you truly thrive. Lesson 6: Sleep trouble and energy loss. If you find yourself tossing and turning at night, waking up tired, or dragging through the afternoon with no energy, you're not alone. Many seniors struggle with poor sleep and low stamina. But what if one unexpected habit, frequent nighttime masturbation, was playing a bigger role in these problems than you realized? For years, we've been told that masturbation can help with sleep. And for some people, in moderation, it might help them unwind. But when it becomes a nightly routine, especially done out of boredom or habit, it may actually disrupt your sleep patterns and drain your energy reserves, especially as you age. Let's start with the science. Every time you masturbate, your brain releases a surge of dopamine and endorphins, which feel good in the moment. Afterward, however, dopamine levels dip, and this drop can lead to mental fatigue or restlessness, especially if your body hasn't truly relaxed. While some people fall asleep right after, others may find their sleep becomes lighter, more fragmented, and less restorative. Why? Because this dopamine crash, followed by an increase in prolactin, a hormone released after orgasm, can confuse the body's natural sleep-wake cycle. Seniors are already more sensitive to these hormonal shifts. What used to help you fall asleep might now be interfering with the deep, healing rest your body needs. And it's not just about falling asleep, it's about sleep quality. Deep sleep is when the body repairs itself, balances hormones, and restores energy. If masturbation is regularly disturbing this cycle, you may wake up feeling groggy, stiff, and unmotivated. This can lead to an afternoon slump, decreased activity, and even more dependence on caffeine or naps, which further disrupt sleep later on. Then comes the energy crash. Many seniors report feeling drained after frequent masturbation, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. Some describe it as running on empty, even after a full night in bed. That's because energy isn't just physical, it's also hormonal and emotional. When you overuse a habit that depletes dopamine, testosterone, and other vital resources, your body can't keep up with normal demands, and if you're using screens, like a phone or tablet, for adult content before bed, the problems get worse. The blue light from these screens interferes with melatonin, the sleep hormone, making it harder for your brain to settle down. Combine this with the high stimulation from visual content, and your nervous system gets confused. It's being revved up instead of calmed down. Now here's the good news. Many seniors have found that reducing or avoiding masturbation before bed greatly improves their sleep and energy. They fall asleep faster, wake up fewer times during the night, and feel sharper during the day. Their minds feel clearer, and their bodies more capable. They also report needing fewer naps, enjoying better focus, and having more motivation to move, socialize, and live actively. If you've been feeling tired, foggy, or sluggish lately, try this experiment. Avoid nighttime masturbation for 1 week. Instead, create a calming bedtime routine. Try gentle stretching, reading a book, or listening to calming music. Let your body wind down naturally, without the stimulation of screens or solo habits. After just a few days, you may feel a powerful shift, deeper sleep, brighter mornings, and energy that lasts. You may even rediscover a zest for life that you thought was gone for good. At this stage of life, rest is not a luxury, it's essential. Your body is wise. It wants to heal, recharge, and thrive. Sometimes, the key to better days begins the night before, with a simple change that gives your system the reset it needs. Conclusion: understanding how personal health habits affect seniors' energy, sleep, and overall vitality can help you live your best life. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more health tips tailored to seniors. Comment below with your experiences or questions, we'd love to hear from you.